Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today's February 12th, and right now we're looking at the infrared satellite imagery. There's the state of California, state of Hawaii in the center, and look at this tap all the way back across the subtropical Pacific, feeding this storm system, starting to curl up here off the Oregon-California border. This is going to come ripping through as we go through tonight into tomorrow, extend all the way down across Southern California. Big waves, big winds, big mountain snows, flooding potential. We're going to go all over that, all that detail as we go through the video here this morning, taking a look at the simulated infrared satellite imagery. So here we go this morning, right about here. You can see this is where we are right about now. And as this system approaches the coastline, it's going to look quite dynamic on the infrared satellite imagery. It's going to bring precipitation potentially all the way up towards British Columbia, all the way down towards Baja California. Pretty dynamic storm system, powerful frontal system ripping across the area. And we're also going to keep this around a bit here and keep some showers going as we go on in through the Friday time period and maybe some thunderstorm activity after that. But the big story is this potent frontal system will be ripping down across Southern California, causing some potential flooding issues, especially across burn scar areas. Now, taking a look at the visible satellite imagery as we go through this morning, there is some precipitation starting with the initial wave of this, and this is not the big frontal system just yet. The strongest portion of that storm is still back off across the Pacific Ocean. And if you want a nice, affordable home weather station to record all this crazy weather we get, builds its own forecast for you. It's got a great smartphone app. I check this one every time I wake up in the morning versus my more expensive weather station because this one is so user-friendly. Click on that link down below. It helps support the channel. Save 10% off. Now, first things first, Southern California. They've kind of outlined the Palisades burn scar area, the mountain scar, there's the bridge scar and the Eaton scar right there. And some big time amounts look to be falling over these areas. There's the lake scar also across some of Santa Barbara County. Look at Santa Barbara over 3 inches. Palisades 3.3 inches of rainfall. That's a pretty incredible amount. Same thing with the Eaton scar area. So you got to really have your head on a swivel here and just be aware of any kind of local evacuation warnings or whatnot, and know your proximity to some of these burn scar areas. There's the Hughes scar and the Post scar there as well, getting some pretty hefty rainfall amounts also. So yeah, heads up here, and I'll go over some of the timing of this storm system here in a moment. There's a thunderstorm potential with it as well, and the snow levels 6,000 to 8,000 feet highest on the day Thursday. And again, they mentioned that high risk of significant road flooding and burn scar debris flows. Now, we got some wind as well, mainly across the higher terrain. Not too crazy for the lower elevations, but you'll notice it'll be gusty out there, 20 to 40 miles per hour. So heads up with that. And it may get enhanced with any thunderstorm and enhanced cells. These narrow cold frontal rain bands that you see on the Doppler radar that show up, the little red embedded ones that move over your area that just drop torrential amounts of rainfall. Those can pack some big winds with them as well. So rainfall through Friday night. This is San Diego. You can see a pretty good shot of rain all the way down towards the Mexico border. Look at some of the higher amounts, 5 to 7 inches there. Lake Elstar 2.5 to 3, Big Bear Lake 4 to 5 a water equivalent. Some of that will fall as snow for portions of Big Bear Lake also. And a flooding potential as you go north. You can see this includes Sacramento, Chico, and Redding, some of the Bay Area as well. And yeah, you could have some quick rises on the area, rivers, creeks, and streams. You got the mud and rock slide potential. Foothills and mountain areas, especially below the snow line, of course. Makes sense, right? Yeah, turn around, don't drown. And heavy snowfall incoming here. Check this out as you go between 4,500 to 6,000 feet, 2 to 5 feet above 6,000. So up to 15 between 45 to 6,000 feet. I should have said that. But this goes through about 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. on Friday. Wind gusts is 60 miles per hour and higher gusts along the higher ridges out there. Whiteout conditions are possible, especially with the frontal system moving across. You're not going to be able to see much. There's going to be chain controls. There's going to be road closures all over the place. This is going to impact Interstate 80 as well. So probably don't travel starting Wednesday night tonight on in through Thursday, and you may have to put off travel for Friday as well as they catch things up. It's still some residual snowfall is still occurring. Travel highly discouraged, as you can see. And this is Reno, Nevada. There's a winter storm watch up, and you can see some of the winter storm warning details here as well. Lake Tahoe, 10 to 18 inches at lake level, and 2 to 4 feet along the crest. Waves 2 to 4 feet. Not a day you want to be out on the lake there. Let things calm down first. Now, high surf warnings also for some of the coastal areas. This will even stretch a bit further, but some big waves out there, 20 to 30 feet and 45 feet for the highest waves on west-facing beaches there. So yeah, watch out. This goes all the way on into 3 a.m. Saturday, and kind of showing you here the shot of wave action that's moving in as we go through the day tomorrow and kind of stretching down towards Southern California as well. So yeah, heads up for that. Friday, Saturday, you might want to avoid the water out there unless you're going to go out there and take some pictures and watch some of the wave action. High wind watch, Bay Area does include, and there's wind advisories for interior valley areas as well, gust to 60 miles per hour. But look at this, 70 miles per hour along the coast, isolated 80 along some coastal areas, the Big Sur coast and Marin coastal range. So yeah, this goes through Friday morning, so heads up for that. Taking a look at things here, again, kind of looks like a fruitcake. All the watches and warnings out there. This is National Weather Service, San Francisco, California. Winter storm warnings are in effect for the Northern Sierra, Cascades, the Klamath Range. The Siskiyous are going to be difficult to travel starting tonight as well. This is Las Vegas. You can see Eastern Sierra, White Mountains, Spring Mountains, Sheep Range. Check out your individual local details. You see the snow level somewhere right around 7,000 feet. The winter storm warning goes through 4 p.m. on Friday. So taking a look here, what we are looking at, Hawaiian Islands, bottom left, there's California. Let's put this into motion. There's the initial surge of moisture. But again, this frontal system is lurking offshore. It's going to start impacting areas in Northern California as we go through this afternoon and this evening. And then this frontal system just absolutely punishing the Bay Area as we go through very early tomorrow morning. It's going to move down the central coast. Look at that representation here on the precipitable water map. You can just kind of detect just how strong this frontal system is going to be across Southern California and San Diego as well. We're going to keep some showers and some of the snow going on in through the day Friday before that system finally kicks out there. And then we'll look at the extended forecast and climate prediction center here in a moment. But looking at composite reflectivity. So let's time this out a little bit here. Here we go through this morning. This is about 10 a.m. There's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tonight. You see, you start to get some of the heavier rain there for the north coast, north of the Bay Area, but then quickly it starts to move down across the Bay Area, some of the Sacramento Valley. You see the snow starting to fly by about 10 p.m. tonight for some of the Klamath, Cascades, Siskiyou. Start to get that snowfall right around midnight. And the snow starts flying here across the Sierra Nevada, and it's not going to let up for a while. And you can kind of see the frontal system moving across the Bay Area. Some very intense segments associated with this. There's thunderstorm potential with this frontal system. And in the wake of it, as we go through the day Thursday, snow continues as we go on through about the noon hour on Thursday. And again, here goes the frontal system. It starts to really push down towards Santa Barbara and Ventura County as we go on in through Thursday afternoon. There's 1, 3, 4. I mean, look at some of this heavy rainfall coming down across the Palisades, the Eaton Fire, a lot of precipitation incoming. And you can see that snow and the thunderstorm potential here in the unstable air mass behind the frontal system as we go on in through Thursday afternoon. And that frontal system continues to rip down across Southern California. Showers with us all the way on in through Friday for a lot of the state as well. Now, a lightning flash density potential. Let me go ahead and actually back up on this. Let's just go ahead and scroll back out a little bit here, and we're going to go to California, and we'll take a look here. So we got 6 hours. We're going to just take a look, and you can see the frontal system as it moves down Thursday morning. And again, the thunderstorm's not the biggest deal here, but they could help locally enhance some of the rainfall amounts, and some lightning activity with that. But just the frontal system itself is strong enough to cause, the majority of the problems here. And we've got the successive rainfall outlook. So that's day 2. Let's take a look at that. You can see the moderate does hit Santa Barbara, Ventura, and some of Los Angeles counties there with that moderate risk. They do have a nice discussion out there, as they always do, but you can see them talking about California. All this is California here, folks, until the very end. But yeah, if we scroll through here, you'll see favored terrain areas topping out between 4 to 6 inches. Life-threatening burn, scar, flash flooding, and debris flows are possible, especially for Southern California, where the moderate risk is 3 out of 4. There's only high risk that is higher. And yeah, these intense rainfall rates could be scattered to numerous instances of flash flooding. And elsewhere, there's still a slight risk, as you saw here. But yeah, just kind of driving home the point. You can see that moderate risk is in effect. And then this is wrapping things up on the day Friday. So looking at total snow as well, I want to go over this. And 10 to 1 inch ratio here is probably a pretty good indicator of what's going to fall. If you look down to the bottom right there, it does show the max. But as you see, as we go on into Thursday and Friday, again, some places across the Sierra Nevada are going to be measuring this in feet. And there's some chances here for across some of the transverse range as well, getting some snowfall. But the big story, of course, is up across Northern California and much of the Sierra Nevada, just getting huge amounts of snowfall. And we need it because we are below normal for the snow water equivalent across much of the state, including, Colorado, the upper Colorado that feeds a lot of water here to Southern California, is on the below normal side of things as well. And you can see that here. Actually, that's Central Coast entire state, but it's pretty similar there. I think we're at what, or like at 77% of the median line there. So we got some catching up to do to get back towards normal. And you can see that some of the upper Colorado, it is below normal here. So hopefully that brings some snow out there as well. And we are kind of below normal across much of the state, as I showed you. 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook. So I don't like this showing up here, but here we go. This Climate Prediction Center calling for this as we go through February 21st. 6 to 10 day temperature. There's the 14 day above average a lot of the West Coast. And man, that signal there for the second half of February not looking great here. Maybe this will change. Cross your fingers. We'll check back daily on that to see what is to come. But got to make the most out of this water that falls for sure across much of the state, especially Southern California, where there is some pretty nasty drought in place. You see extreme, severe, and moderate drought encompasses much of California and Nevada and Arizona as well. And there is even some exceptional drought out there near Lake Mead. But yeah, anyway, here we go. So precipitation starting today. The frontal system really gets ramping up here tonight across Northern California, and it's going to be really racing across the early morning hours across the Bay Area, and as we go through tomorrow late morning, early afternoon for Southern California. And again, I would not be trying to travel unless you absolutely have to across the Sierra Nevada, and either way you may not even be able to get across anyway, because there can be road closures and chain controls and all kinds of stuff going on. So you might want to wait till Saturday if you have that option. Let them do their work on the higher terrain and whatnot. So yeah. Anyway, hope you guys are having a good day. Otherwise, we'll just dive back into this tomorrow morning. The storm will be ongoing. We'll take one more look at what's coming for Southern California, and we'll kind of look at the Doppler radar across much of the state and what is ongoing there. But otherwise, hope you guys are having a good day. Click like and subscribe. We'll do this all again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.